big game coming up for the Boston Celtics as they prepare to take on their rival Philadelphia 76ers here at TD Garden on Saturday night. I'm Sierra Goodwill here with Mike Petraglia and Josue Pavon. Guys, the Celtics have fallen in all three previous matchups against the Sixers this season. How badly do they need to pull off this win on Saturday night to just prove that they can if these two teams face off in the playoffs?
It's pretty important. It's relevant. Also, if you're looking at the standings, you want to try to keep those guys, trying to create a little bit of space from them. We could be seeing the way this thing is going. I mean, a recent loss of the Atlanta Hawks could see this team slip down, and we could see a potential, I don't know, first-round matchup. So I think it's really important to obviously measure yourself up against this team. Transition defense is so important. I think that's one thing that they really struggled with, and of course, defending the perimeter. But again, it really boils down to defense. You look at what this team's been doing offensively. Like, it seems like the offense just seems to figure itself out as long as the defense is there. It does give up, a lot of points. The last couple of games, they sort of let their opponent come back in. You don't want to do that against a team like the Philadelphia 76ers, especially if Joel Embiid starts going off, and he really loves playing here. He's had big nights here in Boston, so that's something to be careful with, especially when you look at the front court and how many guys are out and how Brad Stevens is going to have to adjust his lineup defensively on Embiid. So this is going to be a juggernaut matchup. I can't wait. Saturday night at TD Garden. Let's go, Trags. I can't wait.
All right. It's very interesting because these two teams have swapped roles from last year.
Yes,
when
they
the
have.
Celtics
Yeah.
took the first three games, and everybody in Philly was freaked out about the Sixers needing to win that game. It was the game, of course, that Marcus Smart got ejected in for picking on Joel Embiid.
Yep. Jimmy Butler hit the big shot down the stretch. Yep.
Correct.
Yep.
And certainly this fourth and final game of the regular season series coming a lot earlier, first day in February, so the dynamic's a little different there, because if these two teams play in the playoffs, it'll probably be, practically 2 months before they see each other again. But I think the urgency is there for the Celtics to prove to themselves they can handle the length of the 76ers. They have not been able to do that so far this year, but the Celtics beating a long team, maybe not a very good team, a very young team in Golden State here on Thursday night, I think goes a little bit toward giving them some confidence. I think the win in Miami goes a lot further in terms of giving them confidence that they can beat an upper echelon team under difficult circumstances. And I think the Celtics, I think they come into this game knowing that they have to show they can beat the Sixers in their way.
Let me ask you a question, Trags. Do you see Brad Stevens making a drastic change, though? Are we going to see more Portier? Maybe we'll see more.
No, I think in terms of his rotations and getting shortening the bench more than the previous three meetings.
Well, they might not have a choice, because he said that Enes Kanter is questionable at best to play in that game on Saturday night, and obviously Robert Williams still out.
Far from coming back,
It's a really, really tight. They don't have a lot of depth at that center position. They have Daniel Tice, and then it's going to be a lot of Shemi, Grant Williams.
You find another way, though, right, guys?
You find another way, but how do they do that against Joel Embiid and the Sixers, who are so big? And is it possible?
Yes, get back on defense. Like Josue said, you cannot let Ben Simmons run the Sixers in transition. When you weaken Ben Simmons, you do so when you get back on defense and make Ben Simmons run a half-court set. He's still not very good in the half-court, not good at all. And this is a 76ers team that lost in Atlanta on Thursday night by 10 points. They have serious flaws on that team for a team that has only one fewer win than the Celtics do. So, certainly the Sixers can be exposed, but you have to get back on defense. To me, the first thing I write on the whiteboard, if I'm Brad Stevens and the rest of the assistant coaches, is get back in transition.
Absolutely. And this Garden Report is brought to you by Books. If you're still looking for that Valentine's Day bouquet for that special someone, you have to check out Books. They have beautifully crafted bouquets, sweet treats, gifts, and so much more. For 25% off your order, head to Books.com/garden and use code GARDEN. That is Books.com/garden and use code GARDEN. For all the rest of our Celtics coverage, head to our website at CLNSmedia.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel at CLNS Media.